Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another F1 update. So today we are here with the first ever Grand Prix update of 2023, and as we all know that the first race of the season was the Bahrain Grand Prix, and now that the circuit has become so popular because of being the first Grand Prix to be held for the last 2-3 years, many races have been over here very exhilarating and very adrenaline pumping. So this race wasn't different. So as we all know from the preseason, we got to know a lot about the cars and the performance of the teams by the performance of the cars as well. So now that we are here into the first race of the season, we can make some predictions. So here we are first discussing about the race. So here in this race, we obviously had a very exhilarating and a very thrilling race, and there are many reasons for that. So some reasons are that this race is very thrilling is that because of the adrenaline, of course, which was there, but the reason of the fight which we had going on. So as you all know that Red Bull have topped their charts. They have taken the first two positions anyone can finish in a Grand Prix, which is the first and the second position, which are covered by Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. So they obviously look like a hard nut. But now let's move on to the point of Aston Martin. So as you all know, Aston Martin was a team which was at a very low level last year in the midfield. But now, since Fernando Alonso has joined the team, it looks like the team is very strong and has taken a good steps in going forward. And as the results had as we had seen the results, the car of Aston Martin finished very good position. Like Fernando Alonso came in the podium position. He came third, beating a Ferrari and one of his homemade Carlos Sainz. So for him it was a double win-win. And for Lance Stroll as well, since he came sixth on the top 10th position, and I'm sure Lance Stroll would be very happy about it, and so would be his father Lawrence Stroll, who owns the team. So now that we know that Aston Martin is also gonna give their best this year, let's not talk about the teams which are giving the best last year, which were Mercedes and McLaren and etc. So McLaren, let's talk about them. They have been a little downhill last year and this year as well. Oscar Piastri sadly it was a DNF finish for him, and Lando Norris also couldn't get that great of a finish. So for McLaren, there are not much high expectations, but in the future we don't know what can happen, since F1 is a very tricky sport to understand. But once you got the hang of it, of winning, you will love to win. So now let's move on to the team which last year performed very well but sadly dropped the ball, which was Ferrari. So this year Ferrari can do very well, but they have to sort out their engine issue. Their engine is not performing the they would like, because in the first race of the season they have had a DNF of their championship winning teammate. Yes, you heard it right. Charles Leclerc retired from the race because of an engine failure. Carlos Sainz could not come in the podium since Fernando Alonso had been doing a great job in order to keep his position, even though he lost a lot of positions in the starting lap. But at the end, if you look at it, Ferrari have a lot of work to do, and I hope they get this sorted out, because when we have Ferrari and Red Bull in this championship, I am 100% sure that there is going to be a very good fight for the championship. And even for Mercedes, we have to say that they have not been performing their best since Lewis Hamilton and George Russell could only come in the 5th and 6th position, and that is not where they want to be. They want to be fighting for podiums, then for wins, then for championships, and then eventually for themselves. They want to be good in whatever they are doing, and that's exactly what everyone wants to be in life. So that is why I think that Mercedes also need a lot of practice and work get done over here if they want to perform at their best. and I'm sure they can do better, since we have seen it in the last decade. They have won almost every single championship after 2013. So now let's move on to where we have got to talk like the basic things, such as Haas. Last year they had a very good beginning race in Bahrain with Kevin Magnussen, but sadly this year they did not. And for Williams also, it was a good race, but I'm sure they can perform better. We all need to think that what will be happening in the next race. So for next race, my predictions are that it will be a close fight between Ferrari and Red Bull, since both look very, very, very strong, since as we can see from last year how strong the fight was. So I think it's going to be almost the same scenario, but maybe this time Ferrari might win the championship. Now it totally depends on them. So this was my update for you guys on the Bahrain Grand Prix, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like and subscribe, and be ready for the updates which I have prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.